Good morning and welcome to In the Know. And it's, yes, a very good morning. It's 7 o'clock in the morning on a Friday. And what more is there to do than join the Harley group and go on a bike ride? I'm joined here with Serge, who's going to tell us what we're going to do today.
Well, this morning we're going to take a ride to Hatta, and we'll do a bit of a countryside and riding in the desert. And we should be there in about an hour and a half. It's getting a bit warm right now. We're leaving a bit later than we usually do. But usually we meet here about 6:30 in the morning on Fridays, so we can be back early.
Okay, so tell me a bit about the group. Is it the same group? Can anyone just come and join in, like with Harleys, of course?
This is a non-denominational group. Anybody with any type of motorcycle can join here every Friday morning, be around 7 or 6 when it's the summertime. Yeah. And we just get together and just ride.
So it's a weekly thing that you do here?
I've been doing it for a year and a half since I've been back from Canada, and it's really tough for me to miss a day.
Wow. Okay, well, let's get going then. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Tell me a bit about your ride.
It's a great morning, beautiful ride. Came on a new road over the mountains from the other side, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, I know. Tell me a bit about your bike. What Harley is it?
It's a Harley Dynaglide, which is the sportier. It's not so much as a heavy tour as a sportier bike, so it handles real well.
Okay, and what are the, say, features that, say, the other Harleys don't have?
Well, actually, they're all mostly more expensive than this one, but this one goes around the corners a bit faster.
Oh, okay, so that's something that the others don't do. And how much would something like this set someone back?
It was only 48,000 dirhams, and they gave me an excellent trade-in on my old Harley, so it was an easy upgrade.
Okay, so what was your old Harley?
It was a Sportster.
A Sportster. So tell me, compare the Sportster with this one.
Well, I originally bought the Sportster because I'm into British bikes, which handle very, very well, but tend not to run. So I thought the Sportster would be the optimum Harley for me, but it turns out that that a Sportster doesn't handle quite as well as this bigger, faster bike. So this is much more fun.
Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed the ride here. And I want to speak with your passenger. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
My name Leili.
Lenny. So tell me, why do you wear a jacket? I notice that not many of the riders are wearing like jackets and stuff. Personally, I would wear a jacket because, in case I fell off in the wind and etc. Why do you wear a jacket?
Because I like this one Harley Davidson jacket. I like this. I like to wear it all time.
Okay, but you wouldn't go out on a t-shirt. Is it because it's too windy?
Yeah, sometimes it's in there.
Okay, and how did you enjoy the ride? How is it being a passenger for you?
Tell me.
She loves to ride. I think she enjoys it more than I do, which makes it even more fun for me.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us, both of you. And we'll see you in a bit. So there we have it. Harleys, BMWs, any bike that you have, come down and join us. We're going to interview a few more people. But let's go back on the road and look at some more footage. Welcome back. I'm now joined by Christoph and Catherine, and I want to find out about your bike. It looks very different to the other ones here. Tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, it's not that different. I mean, it has a totally different engine, and it's actually the fastest Harley you can get, but it's honestly, very uncomfortable.
Okay, honest opinions, very appreciated. Why is it uncomfortable?
Yeah, because you know, in my age, I would say I would prefer some other bike like that because the seat is very hard and it's yeah, it's more sporty than the other Harleys, and it's especially not good for a ride because it's very windy outside here in the desert, and so I think I go for another one.
Really? You're going to change it soon? Okay, and Katrin, how is it for you being the passenger on this not so comfortable bike?
No, it's not comfortable. Yeah,
But you enjoy the riding and the scenery, etc., yeah?
yeah, it was fantastic.
So what would you change about the bike? Let's let the Harley Davidson people know what would you change about this bike?
What would I change on this bike? You mean?
Other than the seating.
Nothing. It's good. I mean,
But it's just uncomfortable, it's just the seating.
uncomfortable, just too fast, just too, yeah, just I would change everything.
Oh, so you wouldn't change nothing, but now you change everything.
No, I would change the whole bike. That I mean, you know, I would go for another one.
Okay, you said it's the fastest bike. How fast does it go?
It's about 240, something like that. 240.
It's a Harley Davidson.
Yeah, you know, the engine is totally different. As they launched the bike, they just asked Porsche for developing the engine, and this engine is totally developed from Porsche. And so I love it because I'm a German, you know, I love their German works. So, but yeah, I mean, the American style is a cool style, you know.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. I'm sorry about your bad experience with your Harley. Good luck in choosing a new one.
Thank you very much.
So there you have it, the fastest Harley on the roads, 240 maximum speed with a Porsche engine. Have a look at it. I'm now with Michael, who's from Germany, and he's rented his Harley today for this ride. So tell me a bit, where did you rent it from and how much did it cost you?
Oh, it cost for the weekend 600 dirhams, and I got it from the Harley shop here in Dubai. Yes, Christoph, a friend of mine who's living here in Dubai, the guy with the fastest Harley on earth, he just managed it, and so I joined today.
So 600 dirhams is very cheap, or is that an average price for renting a bike?
Oh, I have no experience in renting bikes, but I think the price is okay and the bike is very good.
Yeah, no. What Harley is this from which?
It's a White Glide. It's yes, it's a normal bike. It's good for cruising. It's not too fast, but it's good sound.
Yeah, it does sound very loud. Is this your first time on the roads here in Dubai?
Yes,
And how did you find it?
absolutely fantastic. So it's if you come from Germany, where we have not quite good temperatures, like 13 degrees now and gray and rain, it's a good thing to go through the desert. Temperatures are quite okay. It's
You
fun.
enjoyed it then?
Yes, very much.
So we can definitely see you back here riding through again?
I think so.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Okay, now we've had a little pit stop. I've grabbed one of the drivers, Mr. Rajaram, who's not new to us. Hi, how are you?
Good morning.
Tell me a bit about your bike.
This is a BMW K1200 LT, a little different from the Harleys behind us. But this is one of my bikes, and I've not used her for almost 2 months now, so I thought I should give her a little bit of fresh air.
Okay, well, I know you're an avid bike collector, so tell me a bit about the other bikes that you have. Do you have any Harleys? And which range?
I have 2 Harleys. One is an Ultra Classic and one is a Fat Boy. And then I have the Honda Goldwing, and then I have the Valkyrie Rune.
Well, I'm sure we'll come out with you on all of your bikes at some stage. Okay, and final question before I leave you. How was the feeling for you? What do you feel when you're riding?
This is a great leveler. The bike doesn't know how rich you are, how poor you are, how powerful you are, nothing. One error and you're gone.
Very true. Okay, well, thanks for joining us. I'll give you your bike back, and we'll see you soon with all of your other bikes.
Thank you.
I'm now with Michelle, who is a passenger. How is it being a passenger on the back of a Harley?
I have a lot of confidence in my driver, so I enjoy it a lot.
Okay, is that an important factor to be confident about the person that you're riding with?
For me, yes. Very important. I don't want to be dropped and I don't want to fall off.
Okay, and what's the feeling that you get? I mean, say riding here in Dubai, is it different, much different than any other country?
Yes, it is. It's a lot hotter. The scenery is wonderful. I love seeing the camels and the sunrise when we're out early enough.
And how do you feel personally? Do you ride yourself?
No, I don't.
You enjoy being a passenger?
I enjoy being a passenger, yes.
Okay, well thanks for joining us here. So Serge, we're at our first pit stop. How has the ride been so far?
It's been a little bit challenging, but it's great. It's great. This is about the average size of the group that meets every Friday morning here with us in Dubai.
And how fast have you been riding so far? Because you've been going quite fast.
Well, I was up to about 180 this morning just to catch up, but usually we try not to pass 120, 130. That's our average speed.
And what's the discipline? I mean, I see that the riders kind of stay on each side of, like they're opposite each other and maybe a little distance. Tell me about the discipline. Is that something that you learn when you learn how to ride bikes, or is it a Harley thing?
Actually, it's a rider thing. You don't learn it until you join a group. As Raj was saying a bit earlier, it's really important that the group you ride with know each other, and by having a formation that everyone understands worldwide. This formation, by the way, is the same worldwide. I was in Canada. We did the same thing as we're doing here. So it's a worldwide thing.
Okay. I know it's getting a bit hot and we want to move on, so let's get going.
All right, good. One other thing I want to mention is that you'll notice that a lot of these bikes are not all Harleys, although Harley is the dominant cruiser and biker here in the UAE. For instance, like I have a Yamaha, and when I first arrived in UAE, I was the only one with this motorcycle. But the Harley group was nice enough to take me in, and consequently, I ended up buying a Harley as well. Okay. So the Harley group is a good group, and if anyone who wants to join the group or ride with us on Friday mornings, it doesn't matter what you have, come and join us.
We'll definitely mention that again towards the end of the program for those who are not listening or did not hear that, but anyone can join in any bike you have. Okay, well so far I've been on the Yamaha Venture Rollstar. Is that correct?
That's right, Rollstar Venture.
Okay, Rollstar Venture. And I've also been on Mitch's bike, which is a Harley Classic something.
A Heritage Classic Softail.
Softail, there you go. And they've both been very different experiences for me, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But first of all, I'm going to ask you a bit about your bike. Tell me a bit about it.
Well, it's a Harley, and it goes when you want it to go.
Okay.
And
what's the max you've done on it?
Actually, I think I just went up to 180.
180?
180.
Okay, and you actually learnt on this bike, you were telling me?
Yes.
And how was it? Tell me a bit about your experience.
I learned in half an hour.
Half an hour? Okay, so that means you can teach me in half an hour.
If you're a fast learner.
Okay, and how much is something like this costing in dirhams?
It's around 80,000 dirhams.
80,000, okay, so it's quite reasonably priced. And how much does your bike mean to you?
It means the world.
More than, like, family, more than...
No, never. Family's number one.
Okay, and bike's number two?
No, the wife's number
1.5.
Once I get one, but no, it's up.
Harley's in the top 3.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks very much. Okay, now I've got 5 from the group and they're going to tell me their names. Hi, sir, what's your name?
VJ.
VJ?
Rob.
Karen. Nancy.
Don.
Okay, and first of all, I'll ask you, VJ, how long have you been riding for?
About 25 years.
25 years, wow. And how do you enjoy riding?
No, it's become a part of... Yeah.
Okay, Rob, tell me, like, have you traveled anywhere other than Dubai, like riding?
Since we've been here, you mean? Yeah, to Muscat, up to Musandam.
Okay, so how do you find riding in Dubai different than, say, in the US?
Well, when you're riding out on the road, it's a different kind of scenery. It's a different kind of distance that you can travel. In the States, you plan long trips and ride for days. You know, here you plan a day trip.
Okay, and Don, how's it with the riding for you over here in Dubai?
Well, it's wonderful. The weather is perfect for riding a Harley. There's lots of places to go. Scenery is much different in the U.S. or most anywhere else in the world. So you look out for the camels and the goats and some of the crazy drivers. And if you can do that, you'll do fine. It's lovely riding here, though.
Okay, and I have to ask the ladies, how does it feel being a passenger?
It's great. It's we get to see all the scenery while the guys are riding down the road.
I love it. We have a microphone built into our helmets, and I'm always talking. He probably turns his off. But I tell him, oh, here comes the camel. Watch out for the goats. Watch out. Sand dunes, you know. It's fun.
Okay, so you're like a passenger seat rider.
Oh, definitely a passenger. Yeah, I'm a perfect passenger. Yeah.
But don't you have to trust the person that you're riding with?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you do.
You obviously don't then.
Oh, I do. Yeah, but I'm his wife, and that's what I do. I tell him when something's coming up.
As a wife should do. And Vijay, you're riding all alone?
No, I just ride with my wife sometime. We've been to Muscat together, covered most of Oman and Dubai.
So what do you prefer, Dubai or Oman for riding?
Both places got its own characters. Being in Dubai, I would suggest is the best solution to today's traffic jam in Dubai to start with.
Get a bike. All right. Well, there you have it. We're going to take a short break now, but we will be back with more Harleys, more noise, and more footage.